Hello, Doggbiskit. I am the masked analyst. I just watched your video in which you speculated why Mike Skehan got suspended. You said that he was suspended, or your speculation was that he was suspended because of Pedo Week. This was a series of videos in which he made accusing others of being pedophiles. Now, I'm not actually sure if he said so-and-so was a pedophile, but he certainly strongly insinuated it. I don't know if he actually called them out and said, you are a pedo. And unfortunately, I can't go back and watch the videos to see the exact wording because he's been suspended and the video's been removed. And he did cast a somewhat wide net. Now, of course, he's accused Irish 282 of being a pedo for quite a while. And I think there's a fair amount of evidence, and I'm not saying 100% that he's a pedo, but I think there's been a fair amount of evidence to indicate that is so. Updownmostly, there's been less evidence. I'm not yet convinced that he is indeed a pedo. Unfortunately, a lot of evidence is deleted by YouTube because the people who are accused or others will send in DMCA notices. Irish 282 is quite famous for sending in DMCA complaints, and he gets videos presenting possible evidence linking him and others to pedophilia. He gets them removed from YouTube, and YouTube is perfectly happy to remove those videos. Now, so since we can't really see all the evidence amassed in one place because it'll get removed, it's really hard to say what has happened in the past because we have a very incomplete record. But let's look at your two claims specifically as to why he was removed. First, you said that people would have cause for a libel suit against him, that those who were accused would have a cause for a libel suit. And you implied that YouTube might and Google might be sued as well. And the second reason you said is it generates bad publicity. What happens if a lawsuit were to be enacted, were to be commenced, and say the New York Times got a hold of this? This would look really bad if it looked like pedos were using YouTube, that it would expose this. Well, two answers. First, YouTube and Google have nothing to worry about as far as a libel suit. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so people should take what I say with a grain of salt, but I'm going to provide a link in the sidebar to the Communications Decency Act, Section 230, and that immunizes Google and YouTube from a lawsuit. I'll also provide another link to a video that I made about this in regards to another matter. But I'm not a lawyer, but I've seen enough to know that Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act would allow YouTube or Google to get out of a lawsuit pretty quickly. The second point is, well, gee, what if the New York Times or some other news outlet got the information that pedos are on YouTube? Hey, newsflash for you, buddy. Pedos are on YouTube, whether you like it or not. I mean, there's no way to keep them off entirely. The best way thing that can be done, really, is to identify them and identify those who probably are, and to be able to put out evidence saying why you think this or that person is a pedophile. That way, kids will be forewarned. Well, they shouldn't be. Kids shouldn't be getting in touch with strange adults anyway over YouTube, but they'll be forewarned at least of those who are at particularly high risk. Now, yeah, it might look like bad publicity for YouTube if a news story broke that pedophiles were on YouTube, but pedophiles are on probably almost every site, any major site. A, and B, which looks worse? A news story about pedophiles being on YouTube, or a news story about YouTube censoring somebody who is trying to expose pedophiles? Seems to me like the latter would be far worse publicity. I mean, a media outfit that was, say, a little bit less than scrupulous could very easily spin this as YouTube trying to protect pedophiles. Now, I'm not saying that that's YouTube's intent. I don't believe that's their intent at all. But it's very easy. It would be very easy to jumble the story up, not get it quite right. And very easy to make it look like YouTube's actions are in fact an attempt to cover up pedophilia, to allow it to flourish. Now, I know that's not the case. In fact, thankfully, YouTube has banned at least a couple of pedophiles, so it wouldn't be fair reporting at all. But if YouTube is afraid of publicity, then this is the wrong thing to do. This is not the path to go on. Now, neither you nor I know the real reason why Mike was suspended. Maybe YouTube has a good reason. I don't know. If they do, I haven't seen it. So I'm hoping that YouTube will be a little bit more forthcoming and explain to the community. After all, Mike was a pretty popular YouTube user. Very controversial, I'll grant you that. But a lot of people have perceptions that YouTube is somewhat arbitrary in their decisions, and if they were a little more transparent, that might help things out a little bit. They may have legitimate reasons, I don't know. But until then, I'm hoping that until they explain their legitimate reasons, I'm hoping that they will reconsider their actions and allow Mike to start posting once again. Well, this has been the Mass Analyst, under and in.